Hello my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. Again, let's go a little bit to our pets, to our loved dogs in this case, but it is similar with cats. What do we see as our pet ages? There comes a problem with the blood pressure and in many cases heart murmurs. Now, of course, when our doggy develops heart murmur, and we hear this from the vet, we get very concerned and we follow the instructions, same like we follow instructions of our doctors. And the treatment is same. Okay, so it's always low salt diet, special foods, low salt diet, and we are encouraged to give more water, but the dogs drink as much as they want. You cannot force the dog and tell him therapeutically to drink more. And of course, we are going here into calcium inhibitors, beta blockers, all the same crap that we are doing on humans. Now, this is, of course, the wrong approach. So once when your vet starts treating your dog, here we go. Same happened with my dog at one point, because at that time I did not know what I know now. And he was a sailor, his name was Sailor. He was Portuguese water dog living with me on a sailboat. Everybody loved him. When I used to come to the anchorage, and you know, always you meet the same people, because there are people who travel and there are people who don't. There are sailors who sail and travel, and there are those who just putt around their garden. And we sailors, we meet each other always in different locations. And very often there are families sailing, and when they saw me coming, they were zooming with their dinghies, not to see me, but sailor is coming, sailor is coming. Yeah, not me, my dog. Because he was very friendly and he ate raw fish and played with kids, loved water, swimming, so perfect companion. But when I came to Croatia to help my brother with his investment in tourism, I did not fish. I was working, and I started giving my dog food, and there goes the health. And before already I made a mistake. As a joke, we would give Sailor beer because he loved it. And I would come to a bar in St. Martin, and I was friendly with most of the barmen, well, not most, but on the French side, I was familiar with them, and when I would come, some of them would right away open a bottle of beer and one pot and put it there for Sailor. It's like a tourist attraction. I didn't see anything wrong with it at that time. Now I know better. So his problem with cellular dehydration started already from the beer. Even though he ate correctly, but the beer, problem. And later on with the dog food, bingo. Now why dog food? Because dog food is based on carbohydrates. So right away you are giving processed food to your animal based on sugars, and there goes blood circulation. And combine it now with the beer, cellular dehydration, and there you go. So what happens? When blood, when heart is pumping, you know, it's twisting, making a pressure, under pressure pushing the blood, but as soon as pressure increases, the mitral valve closes. You can, and plumber know very well, to control flow, you have a valve. So when you open the valve, open water starts going through, a valve opens. As soon as the back pressure comes down, but the valve closes. This is for tanks. You have a holding tank for water, so it loads water and then prevents for the water to come out. Okay, so as long as you are loading, it opens, but when you stop loading, then the pressure of the water pack closes it, so it doesn't come out. Same is with the heart. This is what valves are for. Allows filling the heart with the blood, but then when blood wants to contract, the pressure slams the valve. It closes it. Now, what happens? Sometimes the valve doesn't close well. So as heart pressurizes, there is a seepage, and the seepage could be worse and worse and worse and starts making noise. So when doctor or vet are listening to the heart, they should have just hear bloop, 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 bloop. But if they hear bloop, 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 well, they hear murmur, which means blood under pressure is escaping through the valve. The sound is going to change, become stronger or is weaker depending on how much blood, because blood, when it's escaped, it's going through the valve, it's turbulating, so it's making turbulence. Okay, so when doctors hear this, there's a valve problem and we have to medicate. First, lower blood pressure, okay. Less blood pressure, less blood escapes. Well, this is a very stupid reaction, but that's how we react because we don't know what else to do. And then suggestions. Always low salt, and always go back to more veggies, less meat, less fat. It's all fat problem. It's all salt problem. Actually, because of those two missing, you have these problems. So, what makes the valve not close properly? I have explained that cells, when are well hydrated, they are pressurized, round and pressurized. And if you have such a cells forming a valve, well, this valve now is a muscle also. So muscles, the cells, it's big, tensioned, has internal pressure, works properly. When it starts dehydrating, cells basically deflate like a ball without air. And most of our cells are in this position. They are not like this. They are this way. They are oval. Because they are dehydrated. Now, this means that volume gets smaller. So if you reduce volume of the cells within that form the valve, well, the valve gets smaller. What happens when it's really dehydrated? Well, you dehydrated fruit, it looks like dehydrated prune. We call it like you look like a prune because you get all wrinkled. When your skin gets wrinkled, it's dehydrated. Has nothing to do with collagen. And those idiots that are selling you the collagen so you look younger, they are pure idiots misleading you, because the collagen is not a problem. Problem is dehydrated collagen, lack of plasma. So same happens now with valve. It starts getting rough edges. It's not the same. Cannot close well. It starts seeping. And the seeping creates the turbulence and creates the sound that we hear. And we know right away that problem is with valve. And very often, heart will have to start compensating because the speed in which the heart works. We are electronic robots. It's all calibrated, everything has sensors and switches and some mechanical ways how it works. So if not enough oxygen is coming to the cells, they request faster delivery. So if part of the blood is coming back, it's not going out, well, you are delivering less oxygen, so the impulse comes, well, beat faster. So you compensate. So heart starts compensating and may have irregular beat because of it, because 2 beats instead of 1 in a fragment of time may be too much, maybe not necessary. So goes toop, well, not enough. So goes toop toop, well, too much. So it goes toop, toop toop, toop, toop toop, because that's exactly what the body needs. Has no problem with the heart, with the signaling of the heart, but we don't think this way. We think, it's a problem with the heart, we gotta do something. No, it's baloney. We are robots, programmed robots, that's what we are. So, when this progresses and more dehydration happens, the muscle that is also in a valve is weakening, and it cannot keep the valve still. Valve starts doubling, puff, puff. Well, now it's really pumping very badly, and you will have you can go even to fibrillation, because there is such a lack of oxygen that heart has to really go into tachycardia, and then even if the valve is not really closing, it passes through, wow, you can die. Okay, because now you are not pumping. Well, medication that we are given is not going to prevent this. It slows down, makes the contraction weaker. It's basically sedating you, or sedating the dog. I'm talking about dog, I'm talking about us. It's the same thing. There is no difference. We are separating vets and medics. It's the same stuff. And unfortunately, source of the knowledge is exactly the same. Same mistakes are being done in one and in the other. So if your dog or your cat have this problem, they're usually older animals, and now doctors immediately go with diuretics. Less blood, less pressure, let's try to do this stuff. And then beta blockers, control the rhythm. Well, this is all wrong. The more medication you put, more problem you are creating. You are not healing nothing. Okay, the symptoms are less because less pressure, less turbulence in return. You heal improvement, you hear improvement. Oh yeah, it's working. It's working my ass. You are making problems because now there is not correct delivery. So what to do? Well, problem is food, and problem is lack of salt, lack of liquid, lack of plasma in the body, hydration. Toxic food prevents cellular hydration. So you have to change the diet. And you have a dog, change the diet. Stop buying the store and veterinary crap that they sell you. Clean food, meat. Dogs will also eat some fruit, but fruit doesn't nourish. It's useless. For fun, you can give it, but they need meat and fat. Organ meat, skin with the fat. and raw, or as raw as possible. Now, we say it's difficult to teach old dog a new trick, but you can make the transformation slow. Every dog loves well done steak, so cook for them meat first, and then cook it less and less. And always when you serve the food, put sea salt on it, so they are thirsty. And then put a little bit of sea salt also in the water they drink. Half teaspoon per liter. And let them drink this water, so they drink more. They are thirstier, they drink more. They will hydrate. Body will control exactly the level of plasma and level of salts. And you are not disturbing anything with salt, you are healing with the salt. If dog had a kidney problem, which most likely he does, well, you will help him to clean the kidneys and to rejuvenate the kidney. Salt does not destroy kidneys, as we are told. It's contrary. We are told contrary science. So when you have a dog or cat with heart problems, change the diet. You prepare the food for them. Don't buy canned food, garbage. You prepare it. Buy a meat, buy gizzard, buy insides, and slightly cook it as much as they will tolerate to eat it. And then cook it less and less and less until you get to raw food. And give them the raw food. This is health. And you will see how they will recover. And of course, with the salt, sea salt, not refined, not bleached, natural sea salt. And they will cleanse, and everything will, not only that heart valve will recover, it will recover 100%. I've experienced it. I've seen it. There is no surgery necessary and definitely no medication. No aspirins, none of that baloney. Just plasma and correct diet. And you will see how they will recover. Okay, and not only here, everything. The skin will change. Give them eggs, raw egg and milk, mix it together. Let them to drink this. Put some salt and increase a little bit salt in it as they get used to it. So they start drinking more and they start cleansing. Because you cannot tell the dog, okay, you got to drink now 2 liters of water today. He will not do it. But you force him to drink by making him thirsty. And salt he will eliminate as long as you give him enough water. But at least he will start loading on plasma, and all the functions are going to start improving. Blood circulation, vision, teeth, eyes, kidneys, everything will improve. Liver and heart. Thank you for listening. Love you all. Bye-bye.